In the previous chapter, we have shown the concept of this course. So we showed how to create sketches, how to create parts, assembly, and drawings. In this chapter, we're going to show all the sketch tools that we have in CATIA. So we're going to show how we can use sketch tools, how we can apply dimensional and geometric constraints to define shape and size. So let's go here to the start. Let's go to mechanical design. Let's select here Sketcher Workbench. Let's go with name part 1 and let's go with OK. And now here we see that we have here active sketch. Now here in the status bar we have to select a plane or planar face or a sketch. So we can select any plane here or here on the specification tree. So let's go here with YZ plane, this one here, and now we can see that we are in the Sketcher Workbench. Here we have different toolbars, but let's go here, right click, customize, let's go to the toolbars, let's go with restore position, and OK. Like this, let's close this. So let's select this toolbar here, and let's put it here. So let's go with horizontal position, so we can hold shift, click here, and let's drag a mouse like this. So make sure that you have here profile toolbar, this one here, and make sure that you have here sketch tools. Now maybe on your screen you have a grid here. So we can go here to the sketch tools toolbar, and here we have a grid. If you want a grid, you can turn on the grid like this, or you can turn off here like this. So let's turn on the grid like this. The first tool that we're going to show is profile here. So let's select this tool, profile. Now here on the status bar we have to click or select the start point of the profile. So we can pick any point here. Now as we're moving our mouse, we can see here that coordinates of our points are changing here, horizontal and vertical. And those coordinates are relative to this coordinate system here. Now as you can see here we have now horizontal 0 and vertical 0. If we go to the right side, now only horizontal coordinate is changing. If we go to the vertical direction like this, now only vertical coordinate is changing like this. Now we can pick any point here. So let's pick here at the origin like this. Now the status bar we can see click or select the endpoint of the current line. So we can go here with horizontal line like this. Now we can see this horizontal line because it's blue. If we go up, then we can see that this line is white. If we go here, now we can see this line is vertical and it's blue. So let's go with horizontal line like this. So make sure that it's blue. Like this. Now we can go down with vertical line. For example, like this, we can pick any point here. Like this. Let's move this toolbar here. And now let's finish here at the origin. Like this. Now this is our sketch. Here we have horizontal line, we have a symbol here, H, and here we have V vertical. Now if we want to delete some line here, you can select this line and you can press delete. If you want to delete the both lines, you can select one line, hold Ctrl the second line, and now we can see those lines are orange, and now you can press delete. Or you can go with escape, select the point here, hold it, and release the mouse, and now you can go with delete. So this is how you can select your sketch. Let's go to the profile again. Let's go here at the origin, like this. Let's go with horizontal line, like this. Let's go here with vertical line, like this. And now we want to finish our sketch here. But now we can see that we have a line here. If we don't want to continue our sketch, we can press escape, like this. Press escape again. And now this is our sketch. Again, if we want to delete it, we can select like this and delete. Now let's go to the profile again. Let's start at this point. Let's go with horizontal line like this. And now we go here to the sketch tools. Here we have some options. Here we have option line, which is active now. Here we have option tangent arc. Let's select here tangent arc like this. And now here we have an arc. Now we can create an arc here. For example, like this. Or we can go like this. Let's go like this. And now here we have a line again. So let's go with a line now, vertical line like this. And now let's go here and let's select this 3-point arc. Now we have to select 3 points. The first point we have already selected. This is the first point. Now the status bar we can see, click to define the second point of the current arc. Let's go with the second point, and now let's go here with the third point, like this. And now we have a line again. And now if we go here with horizontal line, and now you can see here vertical vector, which means that this point here at the beginning point at the origin are on the same vertical line. So we can click here, and now we can finish the origin like this. And we can go with escape. And this is our sketch. Now let's go here to the sketch tools. Here we have a grid, but also here next to the grid we have a snap to point. So let's turn on this one. Let's select here profile. And now as you move your mouse, you can see that you can only position your mouse at the cross sections of those lines. As you can see, for example, here. And now we can go with horizontal line, and now we can only define the endpoint on those cross sections and those snap points, as you can see here. So this can help you to define your sketch. You can use this, but you don't have to use this snap to point. For example, we can create something like this. Something can be really useful to use snap to point, but I prefer not to use it. So I'm gonna go here, turn off the snap point, and I'm gonna turn off the grid like this. Now you can click, for example, on this line here, and now you can move this line up and down, and you can change the shape of the sketch. You can go to the left and right like this. As well, you can click here on this arc, and now you can move this arc, and now you can redefine the shape of the sketch as well. Now let's delete our sketch. So let's click here, hold mouse, drag it, and release the mouse. Left click. Let's go with delete. So this is how you can use a tool profile. Now before we have shown how we can create a line by using the profile tool, but we can also create a line using this line tool. So let's select this one here, and now we have to specify the start point. So we can pick any point here, and now we can go here with horizontal line. We can see the line is blue. We can go with some inclined line like this, or with vertical line like this. So let's define the second point. Let's go with horizontal line like this. And this is it. We have created only one line. Now if we want to create another line that continues from this point, we have to select tool again, like this. Let's go to this point, and now let's create another line, like this. Here we have different options how we can create a line. We can create infinite line. With infinite line tool, we can create a line with infinite length. So let's select this tool, and now we can see here, we have a line with infinite length. Now here, we can create horizontal line, as you can see here, but if we go here to the sketch tools, we can see that here is active horizontal line. We can go here with vertical line as well. We can go here with line through 2 points. So first let's go with horizontal line. So let's locate our line somewhere here like this. So this is horizontal line. We can see H here. Let's select this tool again, but now let's click here vertical. And now here we have a vertical infinite line. Let's position somewhere here like this. Let's select this tool again. Let's select here line through 2 points like this. Now we have to specify the first point. And now we have to specify the second point, for example, here, like this. And now here we have this infinite line. So let's go here again. The next tool that we have here is bitangent line. So for this line, we must have 2 arcs or circles. So let's go here and let's create 2 circles. Let's create the first circle here. Let's create a circle again. Let's create another circle here, like this. Now we can go here to the line. Let's select this one here, bitangent line. Now we can select this circle here and this circle here, like this. And now we can see that this line is tangent to this circle and to this circle. So this is how you can create a line that's tangent to arcs or circles. Here we have the bisecting line. With bisecting line, you can create an infinite line passing through the intersection of 2 lines. So let's select this one here. So first we have to select the first line that defines the sector to be bisected. So we can select this line here, like this. Now we have to select the second line, like this. And now we can see that this line that we have created goes to the intersection of those 2 lines, this one here and this one here. And the last tool that we have here is line normal to curve. So let's select this one here. Now for example, we want to create a line that will be normal to this circle here. So we can pick any point here, for example here, and now we can create a line. And now we can see that this line is normal to this circle. We can select again. We can pick any point here, for example, and Now we can see that this line is normal to this circle here. As well, here we have a tool axis, so we can create an axis here. We can pick the first point and the second point, and here we have an axis. The function of this axis we're going to show in the next chapter when we're going to work with part design. So those are all variations how you can create a line. Now we're going to continue with the next tool here, and this tool is rectangle. So you can click on this arrow, and here we have various rectangles. So let's start first with this one here. Let's select this rectangle, and now we have to specify the first point to create rectangle. So we can pick any point here, like this, and now we have to specify the second point by defining the second corner. So let's pick any point here, like this. Now let's go with escape, and this is our rectangle. So we have two horizontal lines and two vertical lines. We can click on this line and we can change the shape of our rectangle, like this, or we can click on this point, like this, and we can change the shape of this rectangle because we didn't put any dimensions or any constraints yet. Let's go here, let's select this second rectangle that we have here, this orientate rectangle. With orientate rectangle we can create inclined rectangle. So let's select this one here. So with first 2 points we have to define the width and inclination angle of the rectangle. So let's select the first point. Let's select here, like this, the second point, like this. So we defined the width of the rectangle and the inclination of the rectangle. And now we have to define the height of the rectangle. For example, like this. And this is our rectangle, as you can see. Here we have the sign. Here we have the symbol of parallelism. Here we have the symbol that those two lines are parallel. This one and this one, and this one and this one. As you can see, you have a symbol here and here. Because now we can click on this point and we can change the shape of this rectangle without changing the parallelism between those lines here. Because if we click on this one here, this symbol, and we press delete, let's click on this one, let's press delete. Now if we click on this point, if we move our rectangle, now we can see that those two lines are not parallel anymore. So we want to make sure that those two lines are parallel as well as those two. So we can go here and we can go with undo selection, like this. So this is our rectangle. Let's click here, let's go here to the next rectangle. This is parallelogram. So let's pick the start point, this one here. Let's go with the second point, something like this. And let's go here with the third point, for example, like this. And this is parallelogram. Again, those two lines are parallel, this one and this one here, and this one here. Let's go here, let's select here elongated hole. With this tool, we can create a straight slot by defining its center line and radius. So let's select this tool. Let's go zoom out, like this. Now we have to define the center to center distance. So let's pick the first point. Let's go with the horizontal line. Let's select the second point. So now we have defined the length, and now we have to define here the radius, as you can see, like this. And this is our slot. If you don't see the dimension here, make sure that on this toolbar here, Sketch Tools, you have on dimensional constraint. As well, here we have a symbol of tangent relation. As well, make sure that you have here on geometrical constraint. The next tool that we have here is cylindrical elongated hole. So let's select this one here. So with this tool, we can create a curved slot by defining the curve radius and slot radius. So first we have to create an arc and then a slot along an arc. So let's pick first point, like this. Let's go with second point. Now we have to create an arc, like this. And now we have to define the radius along this arc, like this. And this is our cylindrical slot. Let's go here. Let's select here keyhole profile. With this tool, we can create a small and large arcs connected through a slot. So let's select this tool. So first we have to select a point or click to locate the start point, like this. Now we have to define the center of small radius. So let's go down. Let's click here, like this. Now we have to define the small radius, as you can see here, down. And now we have to define the large radius, like this. And this is our keyhole profile. So let's go here again. And let's select this one here, hexagon. We have shown this tool in the previous chapter. So we have to define the center point. Now we have to define the radius of this hexagon, like this. And this is our hexagon. Let's go here again. Let's select here, and here we have centered rectangle. So let's select this tool. So first we have to define the center of the rectangle, so we can pick any point here, like this. And now we have to define the second point of the rectangle. For example, like this. And now we know that here we have the center of the rectangle. Here we don't know where is the center of the rectangle when we used this type of the rectangle. So this is how we can create rectangles, parallelograms, slots, and polygons. Now we're going to show how to create a circle. So let's go here to the profile toolbar, and here we have a circle. So let's select this circle. So first we have to define the center of the circle. So let's pick any point here, and now we have to define the circle radius. So we can define any point here, like this. And let's click here. And now we can click on this circle, and we can redefine the radius of this circle, and we can move this circle to any other position. For example, here or here, like this. Let's go here. Let's select here the second circle that we have here, and this is 3-point circle. Now we have to define 3 points to define the circle. So let's go the first point, second point, and now here we have to define the third point, like this, and this is our new circle. Let's go here. Let's select here the second circle that we have, and this is circle using coordinates. Let's select this one here. Now here we have a new dialog box. So here we have to define the center point with horizontal and vertical coordinates. So for example, we can go here with 10 and 10, and here we have a radius, so let's go with 50 and let's click OK. And now here we have our circle. As you can see, the coordinates of this circle are 10 in the horizontal direction, 10 in the vertical direction, and here we have a radius. And this circle is green because this circle is fully defined. And how to fully define a sketch we're going to show in the next lectures. Let's select this circle again with coordinates like this. Here we have the options Cartesian or polar. Now we've shown Cartesian, we can also go here to the polar like this. So we have to define the radius. Let's go here with 200, and here we have to define an angle. Let's go with 45 degrees, and we have to define the radius. So let's go with 200 as well. And let's click OK, like this. And now here we have 200 from this origin to this point to the center, 45 degrees, and here we have the radius 200 as well. And this is our circle. Let's go here, and the next option that we have here is 3-tangent circle. To use this circle we must have 3 objects. So let's go here, let's create here a new circle, like this. And now let's go here again. Let's select here this 3-tangent circle, like this. Now we have to select 3 geometries, so let's select this one here, and this one here, and now here we have a circle that's tangent with this circle here, this one here, and this one here, as you can see. Now let's go here, let's create rectangle here, like this. Now let's go here to the 3-tangent circle, like this. Let's select this circle, and this line here. And this is also possible. So now as you can see, here we have a tangent relation, here and here. Let's go here, let's go to the next tool, and this is 3-point arc, like this. So we can create an arc by defining the 3 points. So we can go with the first point, second point, and the third point, like this. So we can select this arc again. So we can define, for example, the first point here, the second point here, and the third point, for example, here, like this. And here we have our arc. Let's go to the next tool. The next tool that we have here is 3-point arc starting with limits. So let's select this one here. So first we have to define the start point of the circle, like this. Now we have to select the end point of the arc, like this. And now we have to select the second point the arc will go through. So let's select, for example, we can go to this side or this side. Let's pick point here, like this. And this is our arc. Let's go here to the last tool that we have here, and this is arc. So first we have to define the circle center, like this. Now we have to define the radius, and this is our start point. And now we have to define the end point, for example, here, like this. And this is our arc. So this is how you can create circles and arcs. The next tool that we're going to show is Spline. So let's go here and let's select here Spline. Now we have to define the first control point of the spline. So let's pick any point here. Now we have to define the next point. So let's pick any point, for example here, next point. And now you can define the shape of the spline by positioning those points, like this. Now if you want to finish with spline, for example here, you can just double click here, like this. And let's go with escape, or you can click here, like this. And this is our spline. Now if you want to redefine the shape of the spline, you can click on those control points, and now you can move those control points, and you can define the new position of the control point, for example here, like this. Let's go here to the spline, let's define here the next spline. For example, let's start here, and let's define something like this. Now you can go with escape, twice, and this is it. Now for example, we want to connect those two splines. In this case, we can go here, and you can select tool here, connect. Now we have to select the elements that we want to connect. So let's select this spline here and this spline here, like this. And now we have connected those two splines. So this is how you can create a spline. The next tool that we have here is ellipse. So let's select this one here. So first we have to define the ellipse center. So let's pick any point here, like this. Now we have to define the major axis and the ellipse orientation. For example, we can go like this, we can go with horizontal, vertical, and so on. So let's go with horizontal. Let's define the major axis, like this. And now we have to here define the point on the ellipse, as you can see. Let's go with this point here, like this. And this is our ellipse. Let's select ellipse again. Now let's click here. And now we can go with inclined ellipse, like this. Let's go with major axis. And now let's define a point here, like this. So this is how you can create ellipse. Let's click here. Let's show how to create parabola. So first we have to define a point to locate the focus, like this, as you can see. We can go to this side, or we can go to this side, or we can go at any angle here, like this. Let's go with vertical line, like this. Now we have to define the parabola start point. So let's go here, and now we have to define parabola endpoint, for example here. And this is our parabola. Now let's go here, let's select here hyperbola, this one here. So first we have to locate the focus. So let's pick any point here, like this. Now let's rotate this, let's go to this position. Now we have to locate the center, like this. And now we have to locate the apex, for example, like this. Now we have to define the start point here, and let's define endpoint, for example, here, like this. And this is our hyperbola. Let's click here again. Let's go here to the next tool, and this is conic. So first we have to define the first endpoint, for example here. Let's click here, like this. Now let's click here, you can see this tracking vector. So let's go here, like this. Let's go to this point here, like this. And now here we can define the shape, as you can see, like this. For example, let's go here, like this. And this is our conic. So this is how you can create a spline, ellipse, hyperbola, and parabola. And now we're going to show how we can create a points. So the last tool that we have here is point by clicking. So let's select this tool, and now we can create a point by clicking here. For example here, and here we can see that we have a point, like this. And now for example, we can go here to the profile, and we can start creating a profile from this point, like this, for example. Let's go here. Here we have a second tool. This is point by using coordinates. Let's select this one here. So here we have the dialog box. So we can here define the horizontal and vertical coordinates. So we can go, for example, here with 50. Let's go here with 100. Let's go with OK, like this. And here is our point, as you can see. 50 in the horizontal direction from the origin, and 100 in the vertical direction from the origin. Here is our point. Let's select this tool again. So here we have Cartesian coordinate system, and here we have a polar. So we can define the radius here, for example 200, and the angle, let's go with 60. Let's click OK. And now here we have our point, as you can see, from the origin, the distance 200 and the angle 60, and here is our point. And now we can go to the profile and we can connect those 2 points, like this. Let's go here, and here we have equidistant points. But before we use this tool, let's create a straight line and let's create an arc. So let's go here to the profile. Let's go here with horizontal line, like this. Now let's go here, let's create an arc with 3 points, first, second, and third, like this. Now we can go here and you can select this tool. So first we have to select a line or a curve on which the points are to be created. So let's select this line here, like this. Now here we have a new dialog box. Here we have to define some parameters. We have to define the new points. How many new points do we want on this line? Here we can see the preview. So for example, let's go with 8 and let's go with OK. So here we have now add points with the same spacing between them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As well, we can create those points on the arc. So let's go here. Let's select this arc. Let's go here with 4. Let's click OK. And now here we have 4 points with the equal distance between them, as we can see here. The next tool that we have here is intersection point. For the intersection point, we need 2 curves. So let's go here to the spline. Like this, let's create the first spline. And let's go here to the spline again, and let's create the second spline. Like this. And now if we want to create a point here on the intersection between those 2 curves, you can go here and we can select this tool, intersection point. So we can select the first curve, this one here, and the second one. And now here we have a point, as you can see, this one here. And the last tool that we have here is projection point. So we can project a point to some curve or a line. So let's select this one here. Now we have to select the element to be projected onto another element. So let's select this point here, like this. And now we have to select the element on which the selection point will be projected. Let's select this line. And now we can see that this point here has been projected to this line here. Here we have a new point. As well, let's select this tool again. We can project, for example, this point. Let's select this point to this arc. And here we have a new point. As you can see, this one here, projected point. So this is how you can create a points. In this chapter, we're going to show operation tools. So if you go here on the right side, here you will find operation toolbar, this one here. Here we have different tools. Now we're going to show the tools corner, chamfer. But before we do so, let's go here and let's show this tool here, construction standard element. So here we have this rectangle. Now, for example, we want to create a circle here right in the center. So the easiest way is that we go here to the line. We can create a line here, like this. The first line, let's go with a second line here, like this. And this is it. And now we can create a circle right here on the intersection of those 2 lines. So we can go here to the circle. We can select this point here and we can create a circle, like this. But what is the problem now? For example, if you want to project this sketch to 3D model, this is not possible. Because here we have those 2 lines that intersect this circle here. In order to make those 2 lines invisible for 3D projection, we can go here and we can use here construction standard element. So with this tool, we can convert a standard sketch elements into a construction element. Construction elements support you to create a sketch of a desired shape and size. So we can select this line, hold Ctrl, select this line, let's go here, let's click here on this tool. And now here we have construction lines. And now those construction lines won't affect our projection to 3D model. So in such a cases, you can use construction lines here to help you to create your sketch. You can also convert any line to a construction line. You can click on this line here, you can go to construction line. If you don't want a construction line here, you can click on this construction line and you can go with here on check, like this. So this is how you can use construction lines. Now we're going to show another tool, and this is corner, this one here. This tool rounds a sharp corner created by intersection of two lines, arcs, circles, and rectangle or polygon vertices. So here we have two lines, and now we want to round this sharp corner here. So you can go here, and you can select here corner, like this. Now we have a two option. We can select a common point, or we can select the first line and the second line here. And now we can see the preview. Now you can position this arc here. You can go to this direction, this direction, this direction, and this direction. Let's go somewhere here, like this. And here we have a radius. You can change the radius. We can double click here, and you can go, for example, to 15, hit enter, like this. Now let's go select this tool again. Now let's select this common point here, like this. And let's go here. So this is also possible. You can select two lines that intersect, or you can select a common point. You can also go here. For example, those lines doesn't have to be under 90 degrees. They can be at any angle. So let's select this tool. Let's select this line and this line here. And we can create something like this. And now here we have a tangent relation, and here we have a radius. Now let's select this tool again. Let's go here to the sketch tools, and here we have a lot of options. So the first option by default is trim all elements. Then we have an option trim first element. So let's select this one here. Let's select this point like this. And now we can see that this element is not trimmed, only this one here. Let's go with undo. Now let's select this tool again. Let's go here and let's select construction line trim. So let's select this point like this. And now here we have a construction lines, as you can see. So those are all options that you have with a corner. And now we're going to show the third tool here, and this is chamfer. With the chamfer tool, we can replace a sharp corner with an angled line. So let's select this tool here. As well, we can select those two lines, or we can select here a common point. So let's go here with this line and this line here, like this. As well, we can position this line here, 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 and here. So let's go here, like this. And now here we have an angled line. We can change here, as you can see, angle. Now it's 45. We can double click here. We can go with 30, hit enter, and you can change here the length. So we can go, for example, with 20 and hit enter, like this. Let's go to this tool again. We can also select the common point, like this. So this is also option. Let's select this tool again, and here we have a lot of other options. So we can go here with trim first element, no trim. We can go here with construction lines, no trim. We have all options that we have here with corner. So let's go here with construction lines, no trim. Let's select this line and this line here. And now here we have construction lines, as you can see. So this is how you can replace sharp corners in the sketch. And now we're going to show tools: mirror, symmetry, translate, rotate, scale, and offset. So let's go here on this sketch here. Now, for example, we want to mirror this part of the sketch, this one here, to this other side of this construction line. In this case, we can use a tool mirror. So we can go here and you can select here mirror tool. So first we have to select set of the elements that we want to duplicate. So we can select those elements here, like this. And now we have to select a line or axis to mirror about. So let's select this construction line here. And now here we have a duplicate of this sketch here. Let's go undo. We can also use a tool symmetry. With symmetry, we can create a mirror image of a selected sketch elements without copying them. So let's go here. Let's select here a tool symmetry. Let's select those elements like this. Let's select this line. And now you can see that those sketch elements here were not copied. They were translated to this side here. The next tool that we're going to show is translate. With translate tool, we can relocate one or more elements from one position in the sketch to any other position that you specify. So let's go here. Let's select here a tool, translate. So first we have to select the geometry that we want to translate. Let's select those sketch elements here, like this. Here we can define the instances. We want a 2, 3, 4, so let's go with 3. And let's go here with duplicate mode, like this. Now we have to select the translation start point. Let's go with this point here, like this. Let's go to the left side and we can click here, like this. And now here we have 4 instances of those sketch elements. But as you can see on those 3 instances, we don't have here geometrical and dimensional constraints. And we don't know what is the distance between those instances. So let's go undo. Let's select this tool again. Let's go with 3 instances. Let's go here with keep internal constraints and keep external constraints as well. Let's select those sketch elements like this. Let's select this point here. And let's here define the length. So let's go here with 150. Let's go with OK, like this. Let's go here to the left side, like this. Let's go zoom out. And now here we have 4 instances. And now as we can see, those constraints were kept. As well, here we have a distance that we have defined. So this is how you can use the tool Translate. The next tool that we're going to show is tool Rotate. With tool Rotate, we can rotate the selected elements to any position. So let's go here, click on this arrow, and let's go here to the Rotate. So first we have to select geometry that we want to rotate, so let's select this circle here. Then we have to select the rotation center point. Let's select this point here, like this. And now we have to click a point to define a reference line for an angle. Let's click on this point here, like this. And now as you can see here we have 3 instances. We can go here with 1. For example, like this. And now we can define here an angle. We can go with this angle here. And we can click here. And this is the rotation of this circle. Let's go here to the rotation again. Now let's select this center point, like this. Let's click here. And now let's uncheck here duplicate mode. Like this, let's go to this position here. And as you can see, here we don't have the source element because we unchecked the duplicate mode. Let's delete this circle here. Like this, let's go to the rotate again. Let's select this circle. Let's select this center point. Let's select this point here, like this. Let's go here with duplicate mode. Let's go with 3 instances, like this. Here we can define an angle, so let's go with 60 degrees, and let's go with OK. And now we got this result. So this is how you can rotate sketch elements. The next tool that we're going to show is Scale. With Scale we can increase or decrease the size of elements in a sketch. So here we have this element, and now we can increase and decrease the size of this element. So let's go here, let's select tool Scale. So first we have to select geometry to be scaled. Let's select those sketch elements here, like this. Now we have to select the scaling center point. Let's select this point here, like this. And now as you can see, now we can define the size of the sketch, like this. Here we have the scale value 2.4. So here we can define, for example, 2, and let's go with OK. And this is our result. Now let's go undo, like this. Let's select this tool again. Let's select those elements. Let's click on this point. Here we have a duplicate mode. We can also check on this duplicate mode if we want to keep our source sketch. So let's go here with value 0.5 and let's hit enter, like this. And now here we have 2 sketches, this one and this one here. Let's go undo, like this. And the last tool that we're going to show is Offset. With the Offset tool, we can create a parallel copy of a selected element or a chain of elements. So let's go here, let's select here Offset. Now we have to select geometry that we want to duplicate. Let's select those sketch elements here, like this. And as you can see, if you move your mouse, now you can go to this direction and to this direction. Now you can pick any point to locate new elements, for example here. And now here we have a new sketch that has been duplicated with an offset distance here. Let's go undo. Like this. Let's select Offset tool again. Let's select those elements here. We can go to the inner side like this. This is also option. Let's go undo. Let's select this tool again. Here we have some options. Here we have, for example, both side offset. Let's select this tool. Let's select those elements. And Now we got something like this. Now we got an offset on this side and this side as well. Let's go undo. Let's select this tool. Here we have an option, no propagation. Here we have tangent propagation. So let's go with tangent propagation. Let's select those elements like this. Not only this line and this arc has been duplicated because here we have tangent relation. So those are all options how we can use offset tool. Now we're going to show how we can trim our sketch. The trim command trims and extends elements to form a corner. So for example, here we have this line, and now we don't want this part of this line here. We want that this line will end here, at this point. In this case, we can use the trim tool. So we can go here and we can select here, trim. Let's click on this part of the line, this one here. And as you can see, now we can define the length of this line. So we can end up here, like this. As well, we select trim. We can, for example, click on this part of the line, and now we can define line like this. This is also option. So we have trim this portion of the line. You can also select this trim tool. We can go here to the circle, like this, and now we can create a circle, something like this. And now we have trimmed this portion of the circle. Let's go undo, like this. Now here we have another trim tool, and this is quick trim, this one here. With this command, we can trim end of an element back to the intersection of another element. So let's show how this works. So for example, we don't want this part of the line here. So we can simply click here on this part, like this. Or for example, let's select this tool. We don't want this portion of the circle inside of this rectangle. So we can click here inside of this rectangle on this circle, like this. Let's select this tool again. Now, for example, we don't want this portion of the rectangle, this one here and this one here, inside of this circle. So we can click here, we can select tool, and we can click here. And we got something like this. So this is also possible. Let's go undo. Like this. Now we're going to show a tool break. So let's go here. Let's select here, break. With break command, we can break a sketch element at a selected point. For example, now we want to break this line at this point here. So we can select this line, and now let's select any point here. For example, point here, like this. And now here we have two lines. Instead of one line, we have two lines. This one here and this one here. So we have break this line. Now, for example, we can select this line and we can delete it, like this. So this is how you can break a line. The another tool that we have here is close arc. So let's select this tool. So here we have an arc, and now we want to convert this arc to circle. So we want to close this arc. You can just simply click on this arc, like this, and now here we have a circle, as you can see. Let's go undo. And the last tool that we have here is complement. With this tool, we can show the complementary side of an arc. So let's select this tool. Let's select this arc. And now here we have a complementary side of the arc. So those are some tools how you can clean your drawing by trimming and breaking sketch elements. In this lecture, we're going to show how we can apply constraints to our sketches. Every sketch that we create must be fully constrained before moving on to create features. Fully constrained means that the sketch has defined shape and size. You can fully constrain a sketch by using dimensions and constraints. The dimensional constraints define length, size, and the angle of the sketch element, while geometric constraints define the relation between sketch elements. So here we have some sketch elements. Before we move on, let's go here down and make sure that you have on here dimensional constraints and you have on geometrical constraints here. Let's drag this out here. This is visualization. If you don't see this toolbar, you can right click and you can find it here, visualization. As well, make sure that you have here this toolbar, this one here, constraint. You can right click here and you will find here also constraint. As well, make sure that you have here sketch tools, this toolbar here. Now let's turn on here dimensional constraint, geometrical constraints, and let's turn on here on the Sketch Tools toolbar as well, geometrical constraints and dimensional constraints here. And now here we have some sketches. Those sketches are white because those sketches are not fully defined, are not fully constrained. When you have a fully constrained sketch, then this sketch is green. If the sketch is white, that means that this sketch is under constraint. And if the color of the sketch is magenta, that means that your sketch is over-defined. And we're going to show all of this here in this lecture. So here we have this line. Now we can click on this line at this point and we can position this point anywhere where we want, which means that this sketch is not fully defined. This line is not fully defined. To fully define this line, we can go here and we can select here a tool constraint, this one here. And now we can click on this line. And now here we can add a dimension, as you can see. We can add this dimension, or we can right click and you can go with horizontal measure direction, this one here, or we can right click and we can go with vertical measure direction, this one here, like this. Now let's create here a dimension, this one here. Here we have the value. If you want to change the value, you can double click here and now here you can change the value. For example, we can go to 500, we can hit enter, or you can go with OK here, like this. This line is still not fully defined. So let's go here to the constraint, like this. Let's select this horizontal vector here. Let's select this line. Now here we can define an angle, as you can see. Let's click here. Let's double click here. Let's go with 45 degrees. Let's hit enter. And now you can see that this line here is green, which means that this line is fully defined. So if you try to move this line now, this is not possible. So each time you create a sketch, you want to make sure that your sketch is fully defined. Now let's select here a constraint again. Let's select this line. Let's put here a dimension, like this. Now you can see that here we have magenta color, which means that our sketch is over-defined. So this is also not good for you, so we're going to delete this dimension. We can select this dimension, and let's go with delete, like this. As well, here we have a circle, so we can go here to the constraint, we can click on the circle, and now here we have the diameter. We can change the diameter by double clicking on the value, and we can go with 200 and hit enter, like this. And now we can see that this circle is still not fully defined. We can move this circle in the space. Now we have to define the relative position of the circle to the origin. So we can go here to the dimension, we can click here in the center, we can click here at the origin. And we can go right click, let's go with vertical dimension, like this. Now let's select here constraint again, let's click on this point and this point here, like this, right click, let's go with horizontal, like this, and now our circle here is fully defined. Now let's select here a line, let's create a line something like this. Let's create another line, like this. Now let's select this line, and now we can see that this tool here is active. If we don't select any object, then this tool here is not active. So let's select this line here, like this. Let's go here, let's select here this tool. Now here we have constraint definition. So what constraint can we apply here? We can go with the length, we can go with fixed, horizontal, and vertical. For example, if we want to make this line horizontal, we can select here horizontal. Let's click OK. Now we can see that this line here is horizontal. We can select this line, let's click here, and we can go, for example, with vertical, like this. And now we can see that this line here is vertical. Let's click OK. Now let's select this line again. Let's select this tool. Now we can add here a length, like this. Let's click OK. So this is also another way how you can add a length here. As well, you can use this tool and add a length. Here we have two rectangles. Now, for example, if we select this line, now we can stretch this rectangle. If you want to avoid this stretching, we can fix this rectangle by using Fix Together tool. So let's go here, let's click on this arrow, and here you will find Fix Together. This one here. Now we can select those four lines, like this. Let's click OK. Now if you try to stretch this rectangle, you can't. You can see that those four lines of the rectangle are fixed. If you go to this rectangle, those lines are not fixed together. As well, here we have a symbol Fix Together. Let's select here Constraint tool. Now we can select this line and this line here, and now we can add this dimension, as you can see. We can also get this dimension by selecting only this line, like this. Now as you can see here, this line changed the color to magenta because this would be over-defined, because we fixed our lines to random values that we have defined before when we were creating this rectangle. So let's delete this dimension, like this. Let's select the constraint. Now we can select this line and we can add this dimension, like this. Now let's select a line here, like this. Let's select here another line. Let's create something like this. Now let's go here to the constraint. Let's select this line and this line here. Now we can define an angle here, as you can see. But we can right click now, and now here we have different options. We can go with distance, perpendicular, parallelism, coincident, and so on. Let's go here with parallelism. And now those two lines, as you can see, are parallel. Let's go back here, undo. Let's select constraint again. Let's select this line here and this line here, right click. Let's go with perpendicular, like this. Now we can see that those two lines are perpendicular here, like this. Let's go here. Here we have the circle and here we have a line. Now we want to make sure that this line will be tangent to this circle. There are a few ways how we can do this. We can go here to the constraint. We can select this line, this circle. We can go right click and we can go here with tangency, like this. And here is a symbol of tangency. That's one way. Let's go undo. The second way, we can click here on this arrow, and here we have an option contact constraint. Now we can select this line here, this circle, and now here we have a contact tangent. Let's go back, undo. The third way is that we can select this line, hold Ctrl this circle, we can go here and select this tool, and now here we can select the tangency, like this. Let's click OK. So this is how you can define the tangency. Now if you want to fix those 2 points together, if you want to merge those 2 points, you can select this tool here, contact constraint. You can select this point, and now those 2 points are merged together. Now here we have this rectangle and this line. Now we want to make sure this line here will be always in the middle of those 2 lines, this one here and this one here. So we can use the tool Symmetry. So we can select this line, hold Ctrl this line and this line here, and you can go here and select this tool. And now here we have an option Symmetry, like this. Let's click OK. And now we can see this line is right in the middle of those 2 lines. Now if we stretch this rectangle, we can see it's always in the middle. Now let's go here to this sketch, this one here. Here already we have tangent relations, as we can see when we were creating this sketch. Now we want to constraint this sketch here. We have also option auto constraint. So let's go here, let's click on this arrow, and here we have an option auto constraint, like this. And now let's select this object here, this one here, like this. Let's go with OK. And now here we have some dimensions of the radius, this dimension here, and so on. So you can also use auto constraint tool. Now here we have an option dimensional constraint and geometrical constraint. Now they're on. We can go here and we can turn off those constraints, like this. And now we don't see dimensional constraints. You can also turn off this one here, geometrical constraint, and now we don't see any constraints at all. Now for example, if we go here and select constraint, we go to this line, we don't see anything. But now if we turn on dimensional constraints, now we can see here we have 2 constraints, this one here and this one here. So let's delete this one here. Now let's turn on here geometrical constraints, like this. Now let's select here a profile. Let's start here with horizontal line, like this. Let's go here, let's select here tangent arc, like this. And let's go with escape. Now here we can see that we have a horizontal line, and here we have a symbol H. And here we have a tangent relation symbol. This is because we have on here geometrical constraints. Let's turn this off here. Now let's select here profile again. Let's go here with horizontal line, like this. Let's go here to the arc, like this. And now we don't see those symbols here because we have off here geometrical constraints. So when you create a sketch, make sure that you have here geometrical constraints and dimensional constraints on. Now if we want to add here constraints, we can use auto constraints tool. So we can go here, auto constraint, and with auto constraint, we can automatically create dimensions and fully constrain the sketch. Let's select the sketch, like this. Let's go with OK. Now here we have a H, horizontal line, tangent relation, and dimensions of the line and the arc. So this is how you can add geometrical and dimensional constraints. So always make sure that your sketch is fully defined, that your sketch is green. You don't want that your sketch will be underdefined white or that your sketch will be overdefined magenta. So over constraint means adding more dimensions than required, and underdefined means adding less dimensions than required. In this lecture, we're going to create this sketch. Here we have a sketch, here we have dimensions, and we have our relations. So we have to create this sketch with those dimensions and relations. So let's go to the CATIA. So we can select here any plane on which we want to create a sketch. So let's go here with YZ plane, and let's create a sketch. Like this. The fastest way to create this sketch is to use a tool here, profile. So let's select a profile, and you're going to start here at the origin. So you can click here and you can go to the right side with horizontal line, like this. Then here we have vertical line, like this. Again, we have here horizontal line. Let's go down with vertical line and make sure you see this tracking vector, and then click here on this tracking vector. And let's go to the right side with horizontal line, like this. Now let's go up with vertical line. And then here we have a line with an angle 40 degrees. We're going to define the angle later. So let's go with some inclined line, like this. Let's go now to the left side. Let's go to the point where we can see the tracking vector, this vertical tracking vector, and let's click here. Now as you can see the picture, this line here that we're going to create is parallel with this line here. So if you rotate your mouse, like this, now you can see the symbol of parallelism. And you can move your mouse, like this, till the point where you can see this tracking vector. So you must see the tracking vector and you must see the symbol of parallelism. And now you can click here, like this. And now we can go to the left side. As well, we go to the tracking vector. Let's click here and let's finish here at the origin, like this. And here is our parallelism symbol. Now we have to put dimensions. So let's go here to the constraint and let's go with this horizontal line. Let's select this line and here we have 50. So let's go with 50. Now we can double click here on the constraint, so we don't have to each time click on the constraint, like this. Now let's select this line here, like this. Let's leave it now this value. Let's select this line here. Let's go with 100, like this. And now let's double click here. Let's go with 200, like this. Let's go zoom out. Now let's select this line here and let's go here with 50. Now let's select this line here and this line here. Let's define an angle here. Let's go here with 40 degrees, like this. Now we can select this line and here we have 100, like this. Now let's select this line here, this horizontal line, and here we have 125, like this. And this one here is 225, like this. And now we can see that our sketch is completely green and our sketch is fully defined. Now we have to only create here a circle. So let's go here and let's select a circle. Now as you can see, our circle has to be tangent with this line here. So let's pick any point here. Let's go with a circle and make sure you have here a tangent relation, as you can see now, like this. And now here we have a tangency symbol, so this line here is tangent to this circle. Now let's go here to the constraint. Let's select this line here and let's go to the center, like this. So here we have 105. And the diameter is 60. And this is it. So this is the sketch that we are looking for. We have all dimensions and all constraints. So our sketch is fully defined. In this lecture, we're going to create this sketch here. And as you can see, this sketch is symmetrical about this axis here, y-axis. So we can only create one part of the sketch, this one here, and then we can mirror the other part. So let's go to the CATIA. Let's select here any plane, for example, this one here, and let's create a sketch. To create this sketch, we're going to use a tool profile. So let's select a profile and let's start here at the origin. And let's go to the right side with horizontal line. Let's go about 150. like this. Now let's go with vertical line. Let's go with 100, around 100, like this. And now we're going to switch to the tangent arc. So let's go here and let's select here tangent arc, like this. Now move your mouse till this position, like this. Now if you look at the drawing, you can see that here we have between this horizontal line and this circle, we have tangent relation. And this is what we want. And you can see those two tracking vectors that meet at the center. Make sure that they are perpendicular, like this. Let's click here. So this is our first arc. Now let's go to the tangent arc again and let's create second arc, like this. And let's go here to tangent arc again and let's create the last tangent arc. Let's go with a mouse to the left side. So make sure that you can see this tracking vector, vertical tracking vector that goes through the origin. And now I can click here, somewhere here, like this. And let's go with escape. Now you have to put some dimensions here. Let's go here to constraint. Let's select this horizontal line. Let's go here with 150. Here we have a vertical line. Let's go here with 100. Like this. Now here we have a radius 50. So let's go here with 50. And here we have a radius 300. Like this. Now here we have a center point of this arc here. We want to make sure that the center point and this horizontal line are coincident. So we can click on this center point, we can click on this line, right click, let's go with coincident, like this. As well, the distance between this line here and this center point is 60. And this is it. This sketch is fully defined. Now we can use a mirror tool to mirror our sketch about this axis here. So let's go here. Let's select here mirror. And let's select first all sketch elements, like this. Now let's select this axis. And this is it. Now here we forgot a circle. So let's go to the circle and let's create a circle here, like this. Let's go to the constraint and let's go here with the diameter 50. Like this. We can also now mirror this circle, or we can go here and we can create another circle here, like this. Constraint, and let's go here with 50, like this. And this is our sketch that we are looking for. So make sure that here you have tangent relation between this line and this circle that's part of this arc. In this lecture, we're going to create this sketch. So you can see here we have our coordinate system. So we're going to start at this point. And we're going to go to the right, or we can go to the left side, and then you can create this contour. And then in the end, we're going to create this slot. So let's go to the CATIA. Let's pick any plane here, and let's go to the Sketch Workbench. To create this sketch, we're going to use also here Profile tool. So let's go to the Profile, and let's go here to the Origin. So first we have horizontal line. So let's go with the horizontal line. Let's go with a value around 370, like this. And now we have to switch to the arc, but we won't switch to the tangent arc. We're going to switch here to the 3-point arc, like this. Let's select here a point, and let's select here the third point, somewhere here, like this. Now we can go here with horizontal line, then we have a vertical line, again we have a horizontal line. Let's go here to the left side of the y-axis. Now we have a vertical line here again. And now we have to switch here to the tangent arc, and here we have a tangent arc. So make sure that you can see this horizontal tracking vector, like this. Let's go down. Let's go here with angular line to this tracking vector, this one here, like this, that goes through the origin. And now let's finish here with horizontal line right at the origin, like this. And this is our sketch contour. Now we have to put some dimensions. So let's go here to the constraint. Let's go here with 370, like this. Now here we have a distance between the center point of this arc and this point here. Let's go right click and let's go with vertical measure direction, because here we have 30. Double click, let's go with 30, and this is it. Now here we have a radius of this arc, and this is 100, like this. This line here is 100 as well. And this one here is 100. This horizontal line here is 400, like this. And this vertical line here is 140. This horizontal line here is 170. Like this. The radius of this arc here is 80. And here we have vertical line 240. 40, and here we have an angle between this line and this line, 130. So let's select this line and let's select this line. Like this, let's go with 130. Like this. Now we can see that our sketch is not fully defined, and now we can see that this line is not vertical. So we're going to select this line here. Let's go right click and let's go with vertical. And our sketch is fully defined, it's green. And this is what we're looking for. And now we have to create a slot here inside. And for that, we're going to use a special tool here. So here we have elongated hole. If you don't see it, you can click on this arrow and here you will find elongated hole. This one here. So we're going to start with the first point here. So make sure that you have this vertical line from this point here. This one here. Like this. So let's start somewhere here, and now let's go to the right side with horizontal line. So make sure that your horizontal line is blue. Let's click here, and now let's expand this somewhere here, like this. Now here let's go with radius, double click, let's go with 30, like this. And let's define the distance between this line here and this line here. So let's go to the constraint, let's select this line and this line here, like this, and this is 105, like this. And now the last dimension that we have to put is the length here. So let's go here to the constraint, let's go here with the length. And this is 165. And this is it. Our sketch is fully defined, our sketch is completely green, we have all dimensions and we have all relations. In this exercise, we're going to create this sketch here. So first we're going to create those two circles, this one here and this one here. Then we're going to create tangent lines, this one here and this one here to those two circles. And then we're going to trim this portion of the circle, this one here and this one here. And then at the end, we're going to create a slot here, this one here. So let's go to the CATIA. So let's select the circle, let's go here and let's start with the circle right here at the origin, like this. Let's go with another circle. So make sure that you can see this tracking vector, and let's click on this tracking vector. Let's go with another bigger circle, like this. Now let's go here to the constraint. Let's put here diameter 500, like this. Let's move this circle to the right side, like this. Let's put a diameter here. Let's go here with 700, like this. And now let's define the distance between this point here and this point here, like this. And this is 1200, like this. Now we have to create a line here that's tangent to this circle and this circle. So let's select the line here, let's click on this circle, let's click on this circle here. As well, let's go with another line, let's click on this circle and this circle here, like this. Now we can go here to the constraint, we can select this circle and this line, right click, let's go with tangency, and here we have tangent relation. Let's repeat this, let's select this circle, this line, right click, tangency. As well on the other side, this line, this circle, right click, tangency, and this line, this circle, right click, tangency. But not there, let's go back. Let's go with escape and then let's go back like this. Let's select this point, let's go to this side, like this. Let's select again constraint, this line, this circle, let's go with tangency, like this. And now we can trim this portion of the circle and this one here. So let's go here and let's select this tool, quick trim. Let's click here and let's click here, like this. Let's go with escape. Now here we have to create a slot We can go here and we can use lines and we can use arcs, or we can go here and we can use here elongated hole. So if you don't see this tool, you can click on this arrow and here we have elongated hole. So let's start here right at the origin and let's go here to this center, like this. And this is our slot. Now here we have to put some dimensions. So here we have, let's get closer. So here we have 150, like this. And this is what we're looking for. Our sketch is fully defined. We have defined all dimensions and all relations. In this exercise, we're going to create the following sketch. So first we're going to create 4 circles, this one here, here, and here. And then here we're going to create small circles, and then we're going to use a trim to get this sketch. So let's go to the CATIA. We can select here any plane. For example, we can go with this one, YZ plane. Let's create a new sketch, like this. Now make sure that you have here on the Visualization tab, Geometrical and Dimensional Constraints on. As well here, make sure that you have Dimensional and Geometrical Constraints as well on. Let's go here to the circle. Now if we go here to the horizontal line, we can see here the tracking vector. We can click somewhere here. Let's create the first circle, like this. Let's double click on the circle. Let's go now to the left side on this vector. Let's create another circle. Now let's go here to the vertical vector. Click here. Let's create a circle as well. Let's go down and let's create a circle like this. Now let's go here to the constraints. Let's go here with the diameter 100. Like this. Let's go with this 100. This one as well. And this one 100. The distance between the origin and the center point is 80. As well, the distance between the origin and the center point is 80 as well. Now the distance between the origin and the center point of this circle is 90. As well, here we have also 90 between the center point and the origin. Like this. So here we have 80, like this. Now let's go to the circle again. Now we're going to create here a small circle, like this. Let's create a circle here. Let's create a here, and let's create a here. Like this. Now we can go here to the constraint, double click. We can select on this circle, right click. Let's go with tangency. As well, this circle and this circle here, right click. Let's go with tangency. Let's click on this circle, right click, tangency, this one and this one. Let's go with tangency. As well on the other side, this one and this one, let's go with tangency. Here we have tangent relation. Let's go to this one here and this circle here, right click, tangency, and this one here, right click. Let's go with tangency. Now let's select here vertical axis, the center point, and here we have 40. Let's select the center point and vertical axis. We have 40 as well, center point, vertical axis. Let's go here with 40 like this, and vertical axis, center point, we have 40 like this. And our sketch is fully defined. Now we can go here to the quick trim. Let's click here on the arrow, and here we have a quick trim tool. We can double click on this one. Now we can trim this circle, this one here, and this one here, like this. As well, this one here, here, and here, like this. And this is our sketch. We can see that our sketch is green, which means that our sketch is fully defined. So make sure that you have here tangent relations and that you have all dimensions. In this lecture, we're going to create the following sketch. So here we have rectangle, then here we have first arc, here we have the second arc, and those two arcs are connected with this vertical line. We can see that those two arcs are symmetrical about this axis here, from this point to this point here. Now let's go to the CATIA. Let's select here YZ plane or any other plane. and let's create a new sketch. As well, make sure that you have your own geometrical and dimensional constraints here and here. Now let's go here to the rectangle, let's click on the arrow, let's go here with the centered rectangle. Let's start here at the center, at the origin, let's create rectangle, like this. Now let's go here to the constraint, let's select this line here and this line here, like this. Let's go here with 300. Now let's select this line here and this line here. Let's go as well with 300. Like this. Let's go zoom out. Now let's go here to the circle. Let's click on this arrow. Let's select here arc. This one here. Let's start at this point. This one here. Let's start somewhere here. And let's create an arc like this. 180. Now let's select this arc again. Let's start at this point. Origin. Center point. The starting point will be here. Let's go here, 90 degrees, like this. And now we're going to connect with the line those 2 points. So let's go to the line. And let's go from here to here, like this. Now let's go double click on the constraint. Let's define here the radius. So here we have 120, like this. And here we have radius 70, like this. Now let's go here to the quick trim. Now we're going to trim this one here and this one here. Now we can see that our arcs are not fully defined, but we're going to define them later. Now let's go here to the axis, like this. Now let's create an axis from this point to this point here, like this. And now we're going to mirror those 2 arcs in this line to the other side. So let's go here to the mirror. Let's select those 2 arcs in a line, like this. And now let's select this mirror line, like this. And this is what we want. Now let's go here to the quick trim. Let's trim this and this, as we can see. Now we can see that our sketch is already defined. Now let's delete this dimension, this one here, like this. And we can see that our sketch is now fully defined. Now we only have to create slot here. So let's go here. And here we have cylindrical elongated hole. So we're going to start here at the origin, like this. Let's follow this horizontal vector. Let's start somewhere here, like this. Let's create an arc 180 degrees, like this. And here is our slot. Here we have a radius 20, like this. Now let's go here to the constraint, and here we have a radius 60, like this. And now we can see that our sketch is completely defined. We have all dimensions and we have all relations. In this lecture, we have to create this sketch here. So here we have this circle, and here we have arc 1, and here we have the second arc. And here we have construction line that is perpendicular to this circle here. And here is the angle 30 degrees of this line here. Let's go to the CATIA. Let's select this plane and let's go with a circle. Let's start here at the origin, like this. Let's go to the constraint. Let's go here with a diameter 400, like this. Now let's go here to the line, this one here. Let's click on this arrow. And here we have an option, line normal to curve. Let's select this one. So let's go here. Let's pick a point here. Let's create a line like this. And now we can see that this line is normal to the curve. Now we can select this line and we can make this line for the construction, like this. Now let's go to the constraint. Let's define an angle between this vector and this line. And this is 30 degrees. The length of this line will be 50, like this. Now let's go here. Let's select this arc here. Let's pick any point here on the horizontal vector that goes through the origin. Let's select this point here and let's go here to the circle, like this. Now we can select this construction line and let's uncheck this because we don't want that this arc will be construction line. Now we're going to select another arc, 3-point arc, this one here. We're going to select this point here, and this point here, like this. Now we can go here to the constraint. Let's define here radius, and this is 150, like this, and this one here is 35, like this. And now we only have to cut this portion of the circle here between those two arcs. So let's go here to quick trim, and let's click here, like this. And this is the result that you are looking for. Our sketch is green and our sketch is fully defined. In this lecture, we're going to create the following sketch. So first we're going to start here at the origin with this polygon. Then here we're going to start with this arc on this side and this side here. And then at the end we have this circle here. And this circle is tangent to this arc here and this arc here. So let's go to the CATIA. Let's select here YZ plane or any other plane. Let's create a new sketch. Now make sure that you have here geometrical and dimensional constraints on as well here. Now let's go here, let's click on this arrow, let's go here to this tool hexagon. Let's start here at the origin, like this. Let's follow this vertical line. As you can see, let's click somewhere here, like this. Now here we have the first relation, parallelism, this one here. Now let's go here to the constraint. Let's select this horizontal vector and this line here. Let's go here with 180, like this. And now we can see that our sketch is fully defined. Now let's go here and let's select this arc. We're going to start here. This will be our center point. The start point will be here and the end point will be here, like this. And let's go to the arc again. We're going to start here, the starting point here, and the end point will be here, like this. And now we can see that our sketch is fully defined. And now at the end we have to create here a circle. So let's go here, click on this arrow, let's select your circle. Let's go right here at the origin and make sure that here we have tangent relation, like this. And this is it. Our sketch is fully defined. As you can see, we have only create one dimension here and we have here tangent relations. In this lecture, we're going to create this sketch. So first we're going to create only straight lines, and then later we're going to add this arc here, and this arc here. So let's go to the CATIA. Let's select this plane, YZ plane, and let's go here with the profile. So first let's go here with horizontal line. Let's go with dimensions around 670. Somewhere here, like this. Now here we have a vertical line, about 200, like this. Then here we have an angular line around 730, like this. Then we have here a vertical line, like this. Now let's switch here to the 3-point arc. So this is the first point, second point, and here we have some third point. And let's finish here with the angular line at this origin, like this. Let's go with escape. Now we can go here to the constraint. We can define the dimensions. Let's go with this line. Horizontal line, here we have 670, like this. Then here we have vertical line, this one is 200. The angle between this line here and this line here is 70 degrees. And the length of this line here is 730, like this. Let's go to this vertical line here. Here we have 250. The radius of this arc here is 400, like this. And then here we have the length of this line here, 860, like this. And the angle between this line here and this line here is 25 degrees. And now here we can see that we don't have 25 degrees, and we should have here 25 degrees. And as I can see, here is 75 degrees, like this. And now let's go here with 25 degrees, like this. And this is it. This is what we're looking for. And now we're going to add here arc, and here arc as well. And we're going to use a tool corner, this one here. Let's select this point here, like this. Let's go with OK. Yes. Let's double click here. Let's go here with 135 millimeters for the radius. Let's select this tool again. Let's click on this point here, or you can click on this line and this line here, like this. Let's go with yes. And let's double click here. Let's go with 115, like this. And now let's select this point here. Let's go to corner, and this is what we're looking for. Let's go yes, double click, 250. And this is it. Our sketch is fully defined. Our sketch is completely green. And this is the sketch that we are looking for.